another project that I have today is tackling these 2 bags of jalapenos that I have here. Friends of mine asked me the other night if I liked jalapenos, and my husband loves them. So they asked if I wanted some because I still had a bunch from the garden. So I said, sure. There is a recipe called Cowboy candy, which is basically candied and pickled jalapenos. And I thought that was the best way to use these all up. And so I did wash them the other day, and they've been in my refrigerator, but I want to get moving on these before, when vegetables get wet, it's not always a good thing. So the simple thing about these is you don't need to deseed them. All you need to do is slice them into rounds. You take the stems off, and which I just did here, and then just slice them into little rounds. So I'm going to get going on that. I'm going to just take a serrated knife and see if that works better. Oh yeah. These gloves are not the best. They're just big, giant plastic things. All right, that's got a bad spot. And actually, I think the easiest thing is to hang on to the stem and slice them and then just discard the stem when you get to the end. Hi friends, I'm back. I actually sliced up all of the jalapenos. I ended up doing both bags because I thought what I didn't use in this recipe for the Cowboy candy, I could just freeze these rounds and then just slice them up when I need them for, a jalapeno in a different recipe. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side for a moment. I did use gloves when I sliced those. These are super hot jalapenos. I find with jalapenos, sometimes you get some that are pretty mild and they don't really have much heat to them. That is not the case with these. So I have a saucepan here, and what I'm going to do is we are going to make the brine to pour over the jalapenos. So I'm going to start with that. And so basically I have apple cider vinegar. All right, now I eat plant-based whole foods, and there's nothing in this recipe that I couldn't eat except that I don't eat sugar. I try not to as much as possible. But this is for my family. This is for my husband who loves jalapeno peppers. These will also go for Christmas gifts, and other people do eat sugar, so I'm not going to eat this, but I am going to add the sugar to this recipe. And what we're going to do is put in here, you can use 2 to 4 cups of sugar according to taste. Because these are super duper hot, I'm going to up the sugar a little bit. So I think I'm going to start with 3 cups of sugar. Now this is just a 1/4 cup measuring cup, so I'm going to have to count. So give me a second. It's 3 cups. I'm going to go ahead and just do 4 cups. Okay. And now I'm also going to add to this garlic powder, turmeric, and cayenne pepper. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and I have 2 containers here because I'm almost out. All right, so we got 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and we're going to add 1 teaspoon of turmeric, and that's just going to give it the color. And then I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, which part of me is thinking, I don't know if it needs that much heat since these were so hot, but I'm going to stick with the recipe. All right. Okay, so there you have it. That's it. It's easy peasy. So I'm going to put this over on the stove. I'm going to bring it to a boil. I'm going to stir it to dissolve the sugar, and then I will meet you back here to go to do the next part. Friends, I apologize about the sound on the last little segment. I forgot to plug in the microphone, so that's my fault. I am going to use jelly jars for this because I just don't foresee us eating large amounts of this all at once. So I think this would be a particularly good amount to have so that my husband can put some on his sandwiches, or just eat some if he wants it. Also, they make nice Christmas gifts, so this is a good size to use. I have those set to the side. I have my brine on the stove, and I'm stirring it periodically to make sure that sugar gets dissolved. Once it gets dissolved and it comes to a boil, I am going to simmer it for about 5 minutes, and then I am going to add in my jalapenos and simmer it for another 5 minutes. And then I will meet you back here to fill the jars. Okay, friends, this is what it looks like. It has been cooking for 10 minutes. Oh, that's like really potent between the cider and the heat from the jalapenos and the cayenne, to be honest. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I have a slotted spoon here, and oops, let me shut this off. I am going to fill my jars with the jalapenos. You want to leave a 1/4 inch headspace once you get the liquid in there. I think that's good. I might have to squeeze some more in, but I'm going to start filling these and see how far I can get. I'm going to go through once I get these all filled and take a knife. I don't have a skewer, but if I had a skewer, I would use that and just kind of poke it down in there to make sure there's no air bubbles. Making a mess already. Friends, I have a little bit of juice of brine left. And what I'm going to do is I am going to actually jar up some of this too, because I can use it as a marinade for something. I don't know what yet, but I'm going to figure it out because I don't want to waste anything. And this is quite a bit left in here. So I'm not going to save it all, but I'm certainly going to take a jar full. All right, I have a clean dish rag that I just took out of my drawer, and I'm just going to wipe off the rims of the jar to make sure there's nothing sticky on them. I want to push down those jalapenos there. So before I put the lids on, I just want to make sure there's nothing on there that's sticky, that's going to prevent the seal from happening. So I ended up with 7 jars of candy, of Cowboy candy, and 1 jar of the Cowboy candy liquid, and I probably actually have enough for another jar, but I don't foresee me using it that much for anything, so I'm gonna not save that one. But if you wanted to, you could just jar up all that good liquid, and you could turn it into some sort of marinade over, if you eat a meat-based diet, over pork or chicken. That would be good. All right, and I'm going to get these in my canner, and I'm going to can these for 15 minutes, I believe. Hold on. $10 minutes, because they're half pints. If they were full pints, I would do 15 minutes, but these are half pints, so these are going in for 10 minutes, and I'll see you when they come out. My Cowboy candy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will post the link down below in the description box where I got this recipe from. I think it's going to be tasty. Again, I don't generally eat sugar, but I know that the sugar was definitely needed with these jalapenos. They're super hot. So that kind of cut some of that heat a little bit. My next video, these have been sitting here all day long. I have 2 heads of cabbage that I am going to turn into sauerkraut, but that's a video for another day. I hope you're having a great day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can you can share it, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great one.